All right, good afternoon, people. What's going on? This is Pastor Reed. I'm coming to you all live for Tuesday Touch. Again, you guys know the routine. I'm just getting my phone set up so I can see these comments. I hope you guys are staying dry here in the city of Houston. I know that rain is coming down. It is coming down. For those of you that's viewing, hi, let me know how y'all day is going so far. How is your week going? How was your Monday? How's your Tuesday? Are you dry? Are you holding on? Yeah, let me know where you're viewing us from. How's everything going for you all? All right. I'm almost ready, y'all. Give me about 30 more seconds, and then we'll be able to take off with Tuesday's Touch for today. Okay, I do believe now that I am about... Okay, I'm set up now. All right, people, God, let's get it. How y'all doing today? Again, I'm back to y'all live for Tuesday's Touch. Just y'all overview. I know it's wet. I know it's raining. But God has been too kind for us to just dwell on the rain. This is part of the process. For somebody that's going through, maybe going through their rainy season in their lives right now. Look, it looks dark outside. It's coming down, but just know that this rain is temporary. Whatever rain that you're dealing with in your life, just know it's temporary. We had an awesome time in the Lord on Sunday, you all. Powerful word, good worship. Things have been going well, and so I have no complaints at all, none at all. Just my allergies bother me a little bit. Hey, Brandon, I'm glad you're doing good. I miss you Sunday, man. Miss you Sunday. But no complaints over here, man. Can things be better? Yes, but even in the midst of, you have to just trust God in the midst of it all, right? And so our Tuesday Touch today, let's get right to it. Our Tuesday Touch will come from 1 Peter 5 and 6. 1 Peter 5 and 6 is our Tuesday Touch for today. And this is what the word of the Lord says to us. He says, therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. Y'all, that's real, because true humility is one of the hardest things for us to embrace, right? That's a hard attribute for us as people of God to really gravitate to, because what it requires us acknowledging, right, that we're not in control or in charge of everything. Our pride keeps us feeling like we run things, but true humility is really, really, really hard to find. We love control as people, as men and women. We like to make sure that we're handling all things. That's because we've gained the knowledge. We feel like we've accomplished some things, and we've lived long enough to be able to process things ourselves, right? But one thing about being humble and humility, it mandates dependency on the Lord our God. It means that we have no choice but to rely on who God is. Meaning that our next moves in life, everything that we do, it all depends on the Lord. A lot of us, it's hard for us to accept that, only because again, as I stated earlier, we like to have our hands in everything. That person that works in business, they like their hands in everything. It's hard for them to trust or to allow other people to showcase that they're capable of taking control. And that's in the natural. But even in the spiritual realm, in our lives as Christians, we have to learn to depend on someone else, and that someone else is the Lord, because we like to figure things out ourselves, right? God bless you, Sister Hunt. Thank you for your words this morning. We like to keep it together. We want to make it seem like that we got it all together and that we have everything figured out. But that's us not embracing true humility. Embracing true humility, right, is allowing to let go and to let God in everything, right? And it's bigger than that, because when somebody is truly humble, they appreciate the value and the worth of other people, and they're not consumed with their own pride. An humble individual will be grateful that somebody else is prospering, that somebody else is growing, that somebody else is able to do things, right? And truly appreciate them, not in an arrogant sense, like, oh, they're doing an okay job. Oh, I see them with their little job. No, a person of true humility, somebody that's really humble, will be truly grateful for somebody else and see the value of allowing other people to do things, right? Because we don't have it all together. We don't know everything. And even on our smartest day, there are still some things that we lack. And we just can't live this life by ourselves, right? And so what this verse does, right, it reminds us of what causes our demise. And what causes our demise is a lack of humility. Because humility will not allow you to seek guidance from somebody because you feel like you have it all together. Humility, a lack of humility, will allow you to fail by yourself than succeed with other people. So not only does this verse remind us what causes our demise, but it also shows us what brings deliverance, right? And what brings deliverance is the embracing of faith. He said, humble yourself. It is something that we have to do in our lives. Nobody can force you to be humble. You have to be willing to be an humble individual. You have to be willing to say, you know what, God, I'm going to let the will go, and I will trust you in every area of my life. A lot of us, we're honest, we haven't gotten to that place where we can honestly say that we trust God with every element of our lives. Because if we did, we wouldn't try to figure things out ourselves. And so what Peter does here is he addresses humility, right? And being humble with respect to whatever God is doing in your life. I know in the state that some of us are in, we don't like it. It's hard. It's uncomfortable because we're in places and we're in seasons of our lives that we're not used to being in, and that stretches us, right? That causes us to really give it all to God. Nobody likes to be in a place where they don't know anything and having to rely on another entity for everything. And that's what God does with us sometimes. God will allow us to be in a place where we can't do anything and have to rely on him for everything. And so I get it. releasing control of our lives is hard. It's hard to just give it up and to give it to God. But it's the best thing we can do, is giving it to him. Because doing it ourselves has us where we are today. You know, it becomes harder when you don't give it to the Lord. I mean, Peter says, therefore, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. That's letting things go. That's giving it to him, right? That's letting him go. No, God, you are in complete control of my life. And it's more than just verbally saying he's in control, right? It's allowing him to really have control with actions. If you're saying God is in control of your life, then let him be. Don't put your hands on it. Give him full control and just let God do what he does. Because he has all the answers, right? And since he has all the answers and he knows the end before the beginning, then we have to trust that God has our best interest, right? Watch this. And allowing God to take control, we show complete trust in his power and his ability, right? And so when I say, God, it's all in your hands, and I'm going to step back, you're saying at that moment, God, you can have it all. That my job situation, the boss that's on the job, that's giving the issues, God, you can have it all. That co-worker that doesn't want to act right, even though I know how to put it into place, God, I'm going to trust you. For the person that's out there looking for a job and you're not even getting an interview, God, I'm putting it in your hands. Let go and give him full control. Because what I've learned in life, it doesn't matter. Me and Pastor Chris had this conversation, and so it doesn't matter what all that you decide to do. You can try to do whatever you want to do. If it ain't God's plan for you to obtain it at that moment, you're not going to obtain it. And so it will cause you less stress, and just give it to the Lord. Because you got to remember this. If you love a child of God, he's not a God that he shall not lie, nor the Son of Man that he shall not repent. He promises to exalt you in due season. It's in the word. Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, in due season. We want our season to be right now, right? And I think that, and I know that's part of the reason why it's hard for us to give control to God, because you don't know when that season is going to come. You want that season now, and God is telling you your season is not now. I have you there for a reason. And the thing for us to realize is, God, allow me to humble myself and to see and really think about and pray and process, God, why do you have me here right now? It has to be for a purpose. So God, align my mind and my thoughts, God, to be able to understand what you are saying. Because God, at the end of the day, I trust you. And people of God, my final words is humble yourself, because the Bible tells us pride goes before destruction. Destruction for a hearty fall. And so I would just encourage you, people of God, do the necessary process to humble yourself. Not in the eyes of people, because you can fool people, but you can't fool the holy God. And so humble yourself before the mighty hand of God and allow him to take control. Allow him to drive the vehicle of your life. Allow him to guide you. And if you allow him to do that and you humble yourself, he will exalt you. He will do it in his timing. In his Kairos timing. And so you just have to trust God in the process. People of God, that's been real for you all. That's been your word of encouragement. I encourage you all to stay encouraged. I know if you're in the city of Houston, I know that it's raining. I encourage y'all to stay dry. And again, as I stated earlier, even though it's raining right now, that this rain will sooner or later come to pass. Think about that when you're dealing with your trials and tribulation. That you're dealing with a rainy season in your life. But just know and understand that this too shall pass. Then you'll deal with the mud before it completely dries out. But you'll see the sunny skies. So that's been my word for encouragement. Tuesday Touches, Pastor Reed. Love you with the love of Christ. Be encouraged. Peace.